Dr. Rosen here, talking to you about your financial health and really the analogy to your physical health. So I've given this analogy to clients and prospective clients for many, many years, but I actually lived it personally recently in my own life. So I was going to the doctor, I'm 41 years old, and they did a blood pressure reading. It was a little higher than they wanted it to be. And I started to think, boy, should I be concerned? And the doctor tells me, Andrew, I wouldn't be overly concerned today, but it is something we should keep a lookout on. Let's eat a little healthier, lose a couple pounds. Let's make sure you're still exercising, which I do. And let's come back in a couple months and give it a check. And he even bought a home blood pressure machine. And the analogy here is, and how it correlates to your financial health is, and I'll give some examples of that in a moment, is I'm 41 and he didn't throw me on statin. He didn't call for open heart surgery. He essentially just said, we got to keep an eye on this and you got to make some tweaks in your life and adjust accordingly. Now, I see this all the time with people's financial health. I have people who come in at 41 and aren't where they really should be from a retirement savings perspective or a financial health perspective, whether that's debt or not enough saved or not enough going into savings. And the nice thing is at 41, we can run projections and we can say, look, Mr. and Mrs. Client, we have to start cutting back a little here and increasing a little here, and let's do it a little bit at a time and look at the impact over the next 20, 25 years of your working career, get you to your end goal. And it may sting a little, maybe a little diet, but the good news is this isn't open heart surgery. Now let's compare this to a 60-year-old patient, health doctor patient, and a 60-year-old financial health patient or client. So when I look at my clients versus if I were to go to my doctor at 60 and let this sort of bury my head in the sand and let things just go the way they've been going for the next 20 years, he may get there and say, look, now we have to put you on medicine, or now your arteries are clogged, or now you're diabetic, or something that is really drastic that potentially has to do actual open heart surgery on me because I ignored it for 20 years and now the options are not so fun. There's not really many of them. And I see this in my world. You come into me at 61, tell me you want to retire at 62, and you're grossly saved or don't have your finances in order. It's open heart surgery. You don't like the answer. It's not a fun, hey, just save a few more dollars or cut back a little. It is generally cut your expenses in half or live on Social Security, or 62 just ain't happening. You're going to be working till you're 72, 82, 75. And I've seen it. And really, it's a shame when I do run into those situations because it can easily be remedied with getting a hold of your financial health sooner than later. And so this is sort of, I guess, a public service announcement, a PSA, to look at your finances often. Meet with someone sooner than you think. A lot of us bury our head under the sand and wait for that moment to happen where to reach out, whether it's a big life event or something of that nature, when realistically, you should have been talking to someone sooner and getting a hold of this stuff sooner than later so that the outcome is much better for you, much more predictable. We have our pulse on it, much like your physical health. Don't just ignore it for the next 20 years and hope for the best. As they always say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And in this case, your financial health, just like your physical health, is way too important. So, Dr. Rosen here, checking out for you. Hope you enjoy today's installment. As always, stay wealthy, stay healthy, and stay happy. Take care.